Hey everybody, I'm Glenn Rotman, your hypnotist, and we got something special for you guys today. Now you guys know me, but you may not know her, and you don't know her, and you're gonna in a minute. So what we're doing today is showcasing hypnosis for fear of flying. You are gonna see live footage of us flying up in a small Cessna airplane. You know me as your hypnotist, but I'm not the only hypnotist out there. Sitting right here is the amazing Michele Guzy. She is the mind coach and the queen of fears.
Queen of fears.
Just so you guys understand what she has done, without exaggeration, how long have you been doing hypnotherapy for, Michele?
I have been doing hypnotherapy for almost 30 years.
Now, not only a hypnotherapist, also an instructor, right? Now, for full disclosure, there may be somebody in this room that was also one of your students, isn't there?
Who could that possibly be?
I don't know. Who could have been one of your students?
I think it was you,
That's
Mr.
right.
Glenn Rotman.
How many students, without exaggeration, have you taught?
It has to be at least over 100,000 students.
No exaggeration.
No exaggeration.
No exaggeration.
And it's you know, when you're teaching students and going through the whole process of learning hypnosis and hypnotherapy, the time just flies, just like we did today on the plane.
And we have Norma right here. So Norma, when is the last time you flew an airplane?
30 years ago.
30 years ago.
Yeah.
So did you actually go up in an airplane and have a bad experience?
I went on a plane and I had a major panic attack.
Okay.
And that scared me, and I've never been able to get back on a plane.
How did you find Michele?
I actually got online and I just Googled hypnotherapists.
Okay.
And I obviously got tons and tons of different ones, and something drew me to her. And I called her.
Did you have any idea, knowing now, who you found when you came across her?
I had
Yes.
no idea.
Yes.
I had no idea.
I think she called me because we kind of look like sisters. But
You do.
We're almost
You
like
do.
we're twinsies here.
So 30 years without flying.
Yes.
Now, how many times did you see Michele?
Three.
3 sessions.
Three
in 30
sessions.
years. So why don't I be quiet for a minute, and why don't you explain to us, Michele, some of the approaches you used, what it was like when she came to you, and then we're going to cut to some live footage. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am a pilot, and I took both of them flying, and we took her flying today for her first time in 30 years. And what was that like?
She's speechless. She's speechless.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
You did it.
I did it, and I feel free. I feel free.
It's a whole sense, just a sense of freedom of being able to go up there and do that. So
We had such a fun time. She flew the plane. We were up 6,500 feet in a Cessna. It was amazing. So Michele, talk a little bit about what you did, the type of hypnotherapy you used, and give us a little rundown of it.
So Norma came in and she talked to me on the phone a little bit about her fear of flying, but she also had a lot of fears beforehand that she was able to just release and let go. She did something called systematic desensitization, to where I know we had the fear of going in elevators and you know, maybe it was like closed places or getting on a boat, all these different areas, and driving in a car even.
Right.
So she was kind of feeling that fear of loss of control, maybe a little claustrophobic with it, but she wanted to overcome the fear of flying because she wants to just move on and be able to travel and go to different places. I said, come on in. I've been doing hypnosis for such a long time, and I love doing fears and phobias because fears and phobias are learned experiences. They're learned associations. You're not born with any of these fears. You're not born with the fear of flying or the fear of snakes or the fear of spiders. You have to learn it somewhere. And if you've learned it, you know, unconsciously, you can unlearn it. So all we do is really just desensitize and give her positive anchors. We wanted to create a whole new state, and that was of you being in control of your mind, of your body, of your emotions in that moment, being able to have that sense of freedom. And really what it breaks down to, it's just a matter of choice. Being able to have a choice to do what you want to do.
Right.
That's amazing. 3 sessions.
3 sessions.
And you flew up in a plane today.
Yes, I did.
So what were the sessions like? Explain to people that don't know, because obviously there's many forms of therapy. People see doctors for medications, and maybe for some medication is the route. Not for us. Some people, years of therapy and years of talking, years and years, endless sessions. 3 sessions, and what happened?
She taught me a lot. She gave me different tools to use, and I've really never ever been able to just be calm, and she was able to get me there.
Have you tried meditation in the past on your own?
Yes.
And were you successful or you weren't?
No, I wasn't.
You wasn't.
No, I wasn't.
Now, how is it? Have you tried, since you've been doing hypnotherapy, to do some meditations?
I do during the day. I'll do it a couple of times, and I also listen to her audios that she's sent me, and it has helped a lot.
That's excellent. That is, I mean, for everybody that we work with, everybody says, I don't think I can be hypnotized, or I can't meditate, my mind is too active, and I'm like, that's the point. The point is for your mind to be active so it can become calm. But if you're not willing to give it that chance, so hypnotherapy, I think, is the ultimate gateway into meditation. Because once you do it with her, all of a sudden it's a familiar state, it's something you're used to, and it's something that works. So yeah, fears, I mean, you name the fear, we've worked with it, and so many times it can be that fast, and that's the amazing thing. So you guys are going to see live footage. It was a really, really cool day.
I think
Amazing.
it was probably the best,
Amazing.
one of the best days of my life, because the other thing, when we are working with hypnosis and hypnotherapy, we need to understand that there are different levels, and some people may need to have a few more sessions. Some people can overcome their fears and phobias in literally one session. So we set it up to where we did a session 1 week apart and just practiced it. We worked with that in our mind. We created our anchors, our new positive states, and we just imagined that we were able to fly. And if I truly did not believe that you were ready, I would not have brought you to the airport and even got in the plane with you and went up to the, flying with Glenn. But I knew that this was just the next step. And so flying in the small plane, going to the bigger planes, that's going to be a piece of cake. But you were already there. You were mentally focused. Yeah, it's maybe still a little bit nervous because that thought doesn't quite go away. We don't forget what's ever happened in the past. We just don't have that as a strong association anymore.
Right.
And once you just took off, and then she was flying the plane. She was flying the plane, and she was taking us all over the place. We also found a beautiful rose. And so we were able to pick a rose and just have that scent association of just the sweet smell of freedom, basically. And that was it. You did it.
And I did it.
The thing, Michelle, that frustrates me sometimes, when you work with a client, a lot of the times when they're fixed, you don't hear about them again.
Yes.
They've done their session, or 2 or 3, whatever it may be, and now they're off living their life, and you're like, well, all right, I want more feedback. So we don't always get this kind of satisfaction when we get to work with somebody and then actually put it to the test.
See the results.
And
The
enjoy
immediate results.
and
yes.
enjoy the success with it. That is something that's really cool about the fear of flying, and the fact that we have this available to us. To be able to experience it and share it with you, that experience. And it's really special for us to be able to do that, because we don't get to do that enough. I mean, yeah, we hear success stories, but we don't get to live them like we just did today. It was awesome to be a part of that with you and you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Thank
if you
you
have
so
any
much.
fears, any phobias, give us a call.
Give us a
We've
call.
got Glenn, the YouTube hypnotist. We have Michelle, the Queen of Fears. And
Links
we
will be
able to-
below. All our contact information will be below. And it was really cool. I mean, how cool is it to fly your mentor up in an airplane and one of her amazing clients?
Norma, you're getting ready to go fly today for the first time in so many, many years.
I'm good.
Yes.
Good. I'm going to get on the plane. I'm going to fly. And I'm going to get rid of this fear.
Tell me louder.
I'm going to get rid of the fear of flying today.
Good.
Today is the day.
What has this fear held you back from doing in your entire life?
Visiting, other countries and traveling and having fun. And today's the first day of a new chapter.
We're going to step right into it. We are so focused, so calm, so relaxed, just having so much fun, so excited. Beautiful plane. Let's be
So
friends. And we've
Michelle jumps
named
in.
our plane. What's our plane's name?
Alexis.
Alexis. The plane is Alexis. Oh, I got my headset. I'm so excited.
And now, you hop in next.
Okay.
Plane's not on, you're just hopping in.
Just hopping in.
So here's a reminder to look at life that's pouring into you. And so my friend, let me tell you once again, and you know that it's true. Forget about seeing it or hearing it, in the end you must feel. Forget about all you know, you need to go, it's okay to let go. Just let it go, go, go.
this was your very first flight
Yes.
on Glen Airline, and you did an amazing job.
She did amazing.
She did an amazing. She had her rose.
You
she
just
had her
flew
water.
a plane 6,500 feet in the air.
Over the Hollywood sign.
I did.
How
I
you
did
feeling?
it. I feel great. I'm not afraid.
What was the whole thing like for you?
It was awesome. I mean, it was scary at first, but it was awesome. I loved it. Thank you.
You're
Thank
so
you.
welcome.
I was scared, but I did it. And it's been 30 long years. And I'm so happy. Thanks to Michele and Glenn, I have no more fear of flying. And I'm going to get on a big plane.
Big plane like that big plane over there?
Bigger than that.
Way bigger than that?
Yes. And I'm taking a trip.
Where do you think you
Hawaii,
wanna go?
Italy. I don't know. Somewhere far. But I'm going to fly.
All right, there you have it. You just saw the footage of earlier today, us flying in the San Gabriel Airport, her flying. Did you ever think you would ever not only go up in a plane, but fly a plane?
Never. Never, ever, ever. I really thought that I would never, ever fly again.
One email, one internet search, and now you're flying a plane. Why don't you explain to people that are questioning, is hypnotherapy right for me? Give them some advice on what it would be like for any fear in your experience,
Well,
what this was like.
It took me a long time. It took me 30 years to search for somebody to help me. I would greatly recommend that anybody who has fears and wants to let go of that fear to search for a hypnotherapist. Michele was awesome. I am so grateful. So grateful to her.
Yay.
And
Yes.
to Glenn for taking me out, and I could fly now.
She can fly.
You did the most intense type of flying you can do in a single engine plane.
I did.
When you fly on the big airliners, you're gonna feel nothing. As we noticed when we first took off, you felt it as we went up in the
Yes.
air.
And you had the feelings.
I had a lot
Because
of
you had a thought.
anxiety.
You had a thought come up for a moment of
Stop the plane.
stop the plane.
That can't happen.
Stop the plane, get me off.
Just for the thought came in there. Okay, but that thought, when we desensitize that thought in that state, it has nowhere to go. We change the neurology with it. There's neurological pathways. So even though the thought came up and may have triggered a little bit of feeling, everything we did after that,
I remembered everything you said.
do everything. The anchors, the key words, the deep breathing, the water, all of that. And that was more powerful than that old fear,
Yes.
that old thought.
Fantastic. Well, here's an awesome success story. We hope you guys enjoyed it. You know me, Glenn Rotman, your hypnotist. You now know the amazing Michele Guzy, Queen of Fears, the mind coach. We'll have links below. You can reach out to her, reach out to me, leave some comments. You got questions, we got answers. See you next time.